All right, I'm trying something new. Saw a video with Adam Scott on the road with Iona. I'll be able to link it, of course. It's about an hour long. They go through a bunch of question answers and play some golf and have a lot of slow motion videos and some thoughts like this that are really cool. So you should watch the whole thing. There are a couple moments in here that I thought worth noting, especially this one. And the question was, what's Adam Scott's best round? And he talks about the Memorial one year. I think he said the second round. Memorial, obviously, a really hard setup pretty much all the time. It's the classic Jack Nicklaus course, which I like. And he talks about how things were going on the range and the swing thought that he used during his round. So this is what it is.
And I had a horrible warm up that morning on the range, like really struggling to get a ball flight with anything, and decided to do some like set and turn thought for the day just to like get me around somehow today.
He goes on to say he shot 62, bogeyed one of his last three, so tons of birdies. But the key is the set and turn that he talks about. So let's watch him do it again.
And decided to do some like set and turn thought for the day.
The really good part to watch here is what he considers the set in this arm motion. You can watch the upper arm, it'll turn in again, boom, boom, and then turn back. And I'm going to leave this screenshot here when I show what that is. So remember, the upper arm turned inward and then back like this. So I'm going to start with Anthony Barella. This is from his Instagram, where this I think was the beginning of the year. That's a putter, and he's just kind of doing a small upshot. So you'll be able to see with this slow motion his throw. Looks like that. And then we'll go back, and what you'll be able to see is right there, the arm is in the same spot. He does the full extension and then also on the pull through gets to that position. Again, his elbow is up away from his body and it's rotated inwards, which is right where Anthony Barella gets to here. One more with Barella, also high frames per second. Here's the full clip. Watch the arm. We'll go back here. Position right there. Same. Full reach back, and then on the pull through gets to that position as well. And here's Simon Lizotte in the slow-mo video. Here's a 350-foot flat throw. He doesn't do the full reach back. He can keep his arm bent the entire way, and so that's why I'm putting that one in here. And then here's a little slower. You can see the arm bent. In that position, he's a little bit more bent over, but it's still there. Upper arm is still rotated in. And then he pulls and throws through. Got to put a Gannon Burr throw in here, so we'll watch it full speed. Good balance. Slower frame rate. Arm position. Full reach back. Arm position on the pull through. I'll throw a Macbeth in here for good measure too. Full speed. A little bit slower. And then frame by frame. Watch the upper arm. It's fully in. Full reach back. In that position. And then the throw. Last one here to kind of put the measure home. So here's Barella throwing hyzer flip, and what you'll see is that means much more angled during the throw, which more matches the golf swing, but you'll be able to see with the arm that it's very similar. So here's full speed. You can see the flip. From the start again, slower frame rate. A lot of power in that. So on the right here is Adam Scott's takeaway. We don't see his address. We can see it's at one frame before. You can see how his elbow socket is pointed up in this way versus in and back. And that's the huge difference. You know, going back to this twist, the set and turn from the start, that set motion is rotating that elbow pocket inward. this elbow pocket is inward and is pointed up, and here it's pointed away. There is still some rotation, but it doesn't get into that bent position in the correct spot. Similarly, on the pull through here, you can see it gets bent and then right to throw, where this elbow's in there and this is just a pop with a lever, and that's where the power comes from. And then finally, for good measure, again, this is just one frame rate. Watch his front elbow, and his arm looks relaxed and then tightens right before the takeaway. You can think about it this way too. You get the straight arm and you start rotating it, and the entire arm rotates. You get a little bit of a bend, and you're not going to have the entire arm rotating. That's how important having this bent arm and this elbow up and away from the body is. All right, final takeaway. Go back to the start where Adam Scott talks about the set and turn motion. Set, turn, and how all the backhand throws need to do this. And secondly, you can kind of think of what Barella is doing here, whereas the position of the arm on the downswing should be so you can just extend the forearm and the grip and the club and pop it right down to impact. That's the position of the arm that you want on the downswing, and to get there, a great way of doing that is to start with the set and turn.